I wonder how good demi-humans are against Renala. Mayhap we shall find out at some point. Right, so these lads just need to be bopped. Oh. Nice. Our damage is pretty sick, even if our defense is somewhat lacking. And the quest to race through the more pointless parts of the academy begins. Now, can we one-shot this guy with a backstab? We've got a pretty strong scythe. The answer is not if we miss him completely with said backstab. Good to know. Right, I suppose we'll pop out because we want... Oh, we may as well pick that up while we're here. But yeah, we want at least one of these ridiculous looking helmets for the erudition lighting the way thing that we're going to do. I forget if it's worth doing for everyone or... Well, I think it leads to memory stones. So it'd be worth doing for all of our spell guys. Probably. But then maybe I'm wrong and it's maybe only worth doing for mages. We will find out at some point. But yeah, pretty sure there's nothing we need though from the hidden paths. Is there? There's a spell, a comet spell. There's the graven sorcery icon for sorcerers. Yeah, let's just go do a boss. Ouch. All these targets are going to confuse old Wolfface over here. Although he's confusing us with his maneuvers. I think he's noticed us now though, because geez. That damage we did to him. Is he confused? Yeah, he's confused. Now we've practically got him. Which is why we're about to die. Come on, demi-humans, do some work. Well done. Good job, everybody. Except for that one who died. You're fired. And off we trot for... Well, there's another golden seed out here, isn't there? Also, maybe I want to just check before I forget what my flasks are doing. 7 and 1. Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have too many blue flasks. Because we're mostly about the combat side of things with old Ukes. But now we'll go for a jog around here, because there's bound to be loot that we need. It's definitely a golden seed. There might be some stuff up here amongst all the pots. I'll deal with you lads momentarily. Just wanted to get rid of your master. Lovely. Living jar, shard and crackpot, that's fine. That's good. Still haven't used any throwing pots with anyone, but it's probably fine. We never really poke around over here. That's a perfectly good reason for us to never poke around over here ever again. Why even are there just crabs in the middle of the academy? This feels like something that you should be able to complain to the dean about. Now, old rolly ball friend is doing its thing. Left that bit late, but made it nonetheless. Well done, Ukes. Safety flask. Always wise to have a safety flask before you take on Moongrum. Well, we're doing a decent job here. We've bled him a bit. And yeah. Owned. I like the way no one out there ever hears that guy getting viciously murdered and then thrown through a table. Yeah, I'm digging all this scythe-based nonsense that we got going on. Double scythes are pretty cool with jumping attacks. And just with any attacks, really. They're just all round cool. Real life Yuki's currently sniffing around a bowl of biscuits that's on my table, but he's doing it tentatively. Because we've got a guest cat living with us for a few months. And Ukes is not so sure about it. I mean, none of them are at the moment. They're all a bit confused by what's going on. Poor little buggers. They'll get the hang of things soon enough. Oof. Nearly threw ourselves off a cliff there. There's an imbued sword key. I knew there was one around here somewhere. Now, try jumping. Yeah, but what's over there? Why would I want to? Necessary item unnoticed. Meaning... Smithing Stone 3, it's pretty necessary. But now the jump back seems rough. So I don't know if it was worth it. Well, we made the jump back, so technically it was worth it. Cool, another academy key. That'll keep our friend Topes happy. How did you end up down here? Were you on the roof and you just fell off like a knobbit? The worst. Okay, level ups are getting more expensive now. I didn't realise Yuki was so high up because his stats are still so mediocre. But I guess, yeah, runes aren't going to be an issue for long. What with the whole Vare quest being close to completion. So let's go get another character to tick off Renala on their list of things to do. Poor little IRL Sammy's just looking up at me from the floor just like, why are you so bad at controlling me? I'm sorry, babes. It's just how I am. So let's see if we can't make our way to the Church of Inhibition. Because if anyone's going to need some grinding, it might be Sam. Although thanks for that, Trebuchet. Seems like no one wants us to succeed today. Right, up the old tower. We're getting good at this bit, at least. Which is good, because it's just the worst. And there we go. Flame Tower defeated once again. And here comes old Fingerprint Face himself. But all being well, we'll get the old Sight of Grace before he reaches us. And we've got status effects of our own. Let's see how he likes those. There we go. Ooh, that's nice. We like that. Is he immune to poison? He's not immune to steel through his face, at least. So that's good. Does his War Spear build up madness? That's a question. It does. It does cause madness build up. Kind of cool. Requires faith and strength that we don't have. So we won't bother. Let's go back and see our old chum Vari.
You have the
Wonderful stuff.
and
And we'll take your Knight's Medal. Good shit.
But you mustn't use it. The meeting must luminary. We must.
Mustn't use it yet. Nope. Hi. Right, so we've got no grinding planned right now for old Sam. But it's nice to know that it can be done. And we'll probably use that Hero's Rune that we'll pick up on our way to the other Sight of Grace. 30k bonus runes. Should be fine. This is assuming we can remember exactly where it is, which I seem to manage to find it on every run, so there is that. There's Golden 12, that's cool. That's Swarm of Flies? Oh no, it's Golden Rune, 13. And a Smithing Stone, cool. We need Smithing Stones, in general. Now is it on this little camp? Yeah, there it is. So what's that? What are you? I don't think we've ever got what this is because we just get wrecked by everything nearby. Yep. Shouldn't have gone for the Scarab. But I'm curious as to what the Scarab is. And if any, it's probably blood related. And therefore, Sam is more likely to be able to use it than anyone. So, maybe I'll go for the Scarab again. You can't stop me. I mean, these lads can. And they frequently do. But it's probably still quicker to go for the Scarab from this direction. Okay. As I was saying, it's probably quicker to go for the Scarab from this direction than it is to go for it from the Sight of Grace at the other end. But maybe we'll try not to aggro every other bugger who might be in the way. See if we can't get it. Nope. Someone did aggro. A couple of guys, in fact. Up to no good. Fine, we'll just go and get the other Sight of Grace. You win. I'm not sure who the you is in this scenario. Common sense? Well, I'm tempted to just try sneaking into it and see if that gets us in without aggroing anyone. But yeah, common sense says we just keep on going. We snag some fat loot on the way. Like that Smithing Stone. Good. Because yeah, this way we'd have to come back past all these lads, wouldn't we? Now, what was the loot at the top end here? I forget every single time. Golden Rune 11. Good. There's no one in here, is there? Sweet. Blood tax. Yeah, I thought it'd be blood related. Who'd have thought? It's almost like this place is just full of blood related nonsense. Now, what happens if we go over this way? We've got some loot there. Smithing Stone 8. We'll take it. And then there's a fight against a white mask somewhere around here. Perhaps it's in here. Yeah, there we go. Ouch. You trying to swarm of flies, me, you little shit. Okay. Yeah, he's just too strong. And Deathbird as well. Not a problem. We'll pop ourselves a rune. That's pretty close to 2 levels. So let's just scoff our smaller ones as well. Vigour. Precious Vigour. And slightly improved flasks. Good stuff. Oh, while we're here... Ashes of War. So that blood tax one doesn't go on scimitars. That's fine. Can live with that. What's next on our adventures then? Not Redmane Castle, because screw those lads. Found part of Volcano Manor. But those lads were also awful. Did we try them with our mannequin though? We can always see if our archer friend makes life any easier for us in here. Because our mannequins can't be gripped by them. They might get AoE to death though. Oh, piss off, I was still rolling. And yeah, these lads can't really be AoE, can they? They can't really be bled or poisoned. But they can be quite wrecked up, it seems. Can't quite get to the front for an attack, but hey ho, that's fine. It's going alright. Can we crit you? Well, we can kill you. Bam! That was unexpected, and that was entirely because my mannequins are amazing. And I love them. Now, what have we got? Another spear. Causes blood loss. Strength, dex, and faith. Cool, I guess. Thanks, friend. And a sight of grace for our troubles. And a reasonable amount of rune, I guess. And that brings us out into Mount Gelmir.